All right, we're going to stay with Stephen's story, and we're going to keep it in the New Living based off what we said yesterday and the day before. One day when Moses was 40 years old, he decided to visit his relatives, the people of Israel. He saw an Egyptian mistreating an Israelite, so Moses came to the man's defense and avenged him, killing the Egyptian. Moses assumed his fellow Israelites would realize that God had sent him to rescue them, but they didn't. The next day, he visited them again and saw two men of Israel fighting. He tried to be a peacemaker. Men, he said, you are brothers. Why are you fighting each other? But the man in the wrong pushed Moses aside. Who made you ruler and judge over us? He asked. Are you going to kill me as you killed the Egyptian yesterday? When Moses heard that, he fled the country and lived as a foreigner in the land of Midian. There his two sons were born. 40 years later, in the desert near Mount Sinai, an angel appeared to Moses in a flame of a burning bush. When Moses saw it, he was amazed at the sight. As he went to take a closer look, the voice of the Lord called out to him, I am the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Moses shook with terror and did not dare to look. We'll continue that tomorrow in the New Living, only because it's easier to understand. We know the story is not corrupted. And at the time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. I was wondering if any of this was already, and it was already highlighted in blue, actually. Okay. And then it says, and many of them, who's them? Everyone that shall be found written in the book, and many of them sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So actually, that's not just talking about sheep, is it? My bad. Wonder if I can erase that. Highlight. Doesn't matter. So we know that you're asleep. You're not with the Lord doing a thing, because you still have to get to judgment. Okay. And so judgment is at the very, very end times. Well, you don't have individual judgment. There is nothing about any of that in the Bible. There is just judgment. So we are unaware of anything that's going on from the time we die till the time we are raised. And that is not immediate. That will be if the dead in Christ shall rise first. So anyway, the shame and everlasting contempt, the judgment is everlasting. They're not aware of what's going on because they're killed by the flame when they encompass the camp of the saints. And it's funny, we just got to reading the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and there's that Bible verse, when you shall see, I think it says, when you shall see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and all the prophets. Yeah. So it's interesting because we just read that verse about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And it says, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth when ye shall see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and all the prophets in the kingdom, which is the 1,000-year millennial reign here on earth, that kingdom in Israel, because they encompass the camp of the saints, and you yourselves thrust out. And they're not allowed to be there, of course. There's a great gulf between them. They cannot pass from one to the other. And the Lord, of course, comes and wipes them out with a flame. I think that's Revelation 20. No, I'm not going to speculate. I think it might be 29, but I'm not sure. And just check out my studies on Revelation 20. I think you'll just be amazed at how it's right there in front of you what judgment is. And it's not taught anywhere. It's not taught anywhere properly. And some people have heard it from me teaching. They're still a little confused about stuff. But give it a try for yourself. And let God be true and every man a liar, and see what you think. Take it to prayer. So Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all the prophets in the 1,000-year millennial kingdom. That's why there's weeping and gnashing of teeth, because you're going to see your goat relatives judged, and they're weeping and gnashing their teeth, and God has to wipe away all your tears, because that watching them is going to make you cry. That's why God has to wipe away our tears. Why else would he have to, why else would God wipe away our tears when he's raised us? And we've had this 1,000-year millennial reign with him, because we saw judgment. And obviously, we're going to see our loved ones. The Lord will make sure, out of all the millions and billions of people, they will have focused in on us, and we will focus in on them. God will make sure of that. So you can only imagine, and it's very tough to imagine. As long as they're alive, there's a fighting chance the Lord will call them. And as long as you're alive, there's a chance the Lord could have you slip away. So keep yourself straight. Can you really keep yourself straight? No. But pray as if that was the case. Humble yourself in prayer to the Lord. And they that be wise shall shine as bright as the firmament. It's the church. You see, even in the same time. Yeah, I don't know what to color code it. And they that be wise shall be as bright as a firmament. They that be wise are the sheep. We'll just make them yellow. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. I don't know if I read that right. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. I don't know. That just sounded like the most incomplete sentence I'd ever read in my life. See how the New Living words that. Those who are wise will shine as bright as the sky, and those who lead many to righteousness will shine like the stars forever. Okay. Much more clearer to understand there. The King's English sometimes a little tough. But thou, O Daniel, shut up thy words and seal the book, even to the end, even till the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood two other, the one on the side of the bank of the river, the other on that side of the bank of the river. Okay, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. Sorry. And the one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? I think you might give a number. I'm not sure. All right, love you all very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.